I am Dr. Ajay Kumar Patra, former Emeritus Professor of Zoology, Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Today, I will explain before you the mechanism of human coronavirus 19. Let's know this main killer, giant novel COVID-19. Its true name is novel pneumonia SARS-CoV-19. Pneumonia means inflammation. Thus, it's called as a disease of inflammation. The virus of this deadly disease is called human coronavirus 19, HCoV-19. It is not a airborne disease, rather a most contagious and communicating disease. This virus, when it is outside the living body, is inclined to lifeless. But as soon as it gets entry to the cells of living body, becomes active and gets life. Neither it is lifeless nor living, but a lifelike virus. This virus belongs to the family Covid-Viridae. This human coronavirus 19 has 4 subtypes as such: alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. Out of these subtypes, first two, that is alpha and beta, do infect only mammals. Gamma infects birds, whereas delta infects birds and mammals both. Here, we must note that beta virus infects men only. This beta virus, out of all types of viruses, is noted as most dangerous, largest, and powerful genome. That's why this beta virus, within a short period of time, in a twinkling of an eye, and at a time, and with large numbers, can infect from man to man. No virus is yet born in this earth to become most active and most terrible in nature like this virus. Thus, the most advanced scienceman of all living creatures becomes incapable of preventing this voracious virus from widespread infection and mass killings. This is of two-layered human coronavirus 19, such as external lipid layer and internal protein layer. Again, protein layer comprises of 3 sub-layers, such as external spike protein layer, middle membranous protein layer, and internal structural layer. The external spike protein layer is very sharp and penetrating, and thus helps the virus to penetrate into the pulmonary cell of the human body. The thick 3-layered protein further helps the virus to protect itself from internal injuries. Therefore, it goes on infecting quickly to men. However, the outer lipid layer is not safe for the virus. It is not well organized and it's single layered. Thus, at higher temperature of 60 degrees centigrade to 65 degrees centigrade or in saline water, the outer lipid layer of this virus gets ruptured, causing death. Human coronavirus 19 generally is not well organized and disciplined like living cell. This disorganized cell has no nuclear membrane of its own. Also, its nucleus is not organized nor disciplined one. This unicellular virus is lack of its own DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. This disorganized cell has only RNA, ribonucleic acid. This cell practically has no other organs like ours. This virus looks like a capsule and generally is called as capsid. This virus infects the human being through nasal and oral pathways mainly. Because of this, these two pathways have direct link with our lungs. Our lungs are very sensitive, soft, and highly vascularized, and are comprised of about 70 crores of alveolar cells. The highly sharp and penetrating spikes help a lot to get entry into the lung. Although to get entry through nasal pathway for the virus is too difficult task. However, through mouth and through glottis, the virus gets easy entry into the lungs. Then virus occupies its seat safely in the site of pulmonary respiration, that is alveoli, where physiological process of respiration occurs. The virus derives its necessary life-sustaining essence from lungs, such as ready-made oxygen and ready-made food, and begins to propagate day by day in large numbers. Such easy assessment and ample opportunity never the virus avails in any other organ of the body. The virus gets entry into the body because of our lack of awareness and carelessness. One human coronavirus 19 attacks only one pulmonary cell, that is alveolar cell, at a time. At first, it enters the nucleus of the cell. Since this virus cell has no DNA of its own, so soon it makes top surprise to host's own DNA and transfers its genetic materials into the DNA of infected person and turns soon the host DNA into wonderful unnatural duplicate DNA. In more simpler way, it can be explained that any of the RNA viruses which during its RNA replication or transcription also produces DNA by reverse transcriptase and through it transfers its genetic material and code into the DNA of host cells. This type of virus is called as RNA retrovirus. Human coronavirus 19 is such type of retrovirus. Therefore, the virus starts profuse application in millions and spread throughout the lungs. The lungs, with the help of our body immune system, secrete excessive mucin, and mucin with pulmonary fluid become mucus. This excessive mucus try to get fight against human coronavirus 19. If our body immune system fails, this excessive mucus get decomposed and with fully fledged virus come out through the return nasal pathways in form of droplets, cough and cold, and also in the form of our spit, also through sneezing. All these thrown out in infected body secretion, if come in contact with healthy persons living close to the COVID-19 patients, either through direct contact or by touch of any substance like dresses, plastics, papers, vegetables, etc., infected by the virus. This virus can stay outside at least 6 hours to 24 hours without damage. In preliminary stage of human coronavirus 19 infection, if we become careful, become aware of the mechanism of the spreading and its nature, I am for sure we can win over the COVID-19. For this, we need to follow physical distance, social distance, use of sterilizing masks, washing of hands with sanitary water, etc. Besides, steaming physiotherapy must be followed along with gargling, half bath, inspiration through nasal pathways without fail. Also, Ayurvedic treatment offers best atonement against human coronavirus 19. Again, time has given us ample opportunity to make good of our social kinship. Today, man has forgotten acrimony from mind. Time is ripe for action against deadly human coronavirus 19. This war never means for oneself, rather for the benefit of the whole earth. We must win, we must again laugh, must dance, wait for few days only. Joy Hind.